lot of information going on right now, and we want you to know that we're not at the beach, we're still here at McDeeds, we're here for you, and we're working tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that everything is perfect.
So you might have some questions, and we're going to try to answer that today. So the first question we're going to talk about is what happened yesterday during the board meeting.
So what exactly did happen yesterday? That's a great question, Miss Bang. Let's look at this together. Yesterday, the Moore County School Board unanimously voted to implement Plan B for this coming school year. What does that look like? You've probably seen this graphic. However, this means that we're operating with Group A and Group B of children. Group A would attend school on Monday and Tuesday. Then we would flip. Group B would come in on Thursday and Friday. During this off time, you will see children will be provided online remote learning opportunities that we will be constructing together.
Am I an A or a B? What am I?
That is a great question, Cooper. We are working on that right now. Staff, if you will email us and let us know if you would prefer cohort A or cohort B for your child, we will try to best accommodate you. But what about those 3 other days as you are teaching? What are you supposed to do with your children?
So deep breath, deep breath. It's all gonna be okay. So in other words, if my little girl is going to school on Monday and Tuesday, I don't have to worry about anything. She's taken care of. I can do my job. But on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, she's supposed to be online and doing remote learning. What happens to her then? Because especially on Thursday and Friday, I'm again supposed to be in front of a new group of students. What is that gonna look like? Have no fear, the answer is here. We actually got the plan approved this morning. Your child will be taken care of. They'll probably even be getting a double dose of instruction, and they'll be pushing back into their classroom. So do not worry about your own child. They will be in good hands. We do have a plan in place for them. Okay, teachers, so let's say you already have parents that might be messaging you. Is my child an A, a B, or they might even say, are they a C or a D? It doesn't matter. Whatever you get from a parent at this point, please just make sure you send them to our email, Miss Bone, Miss Wilcox. We're also even looking at possibly doing a link on Facebook or social media where parents can enter their information and put their preference, either Group A or Group B, and we're gonna do our very best to accommodate them. But questions are okay. Just make sure you're not answering them because we don't wanna add extra stress to your plate right now. Send them on over to us. So, Ms. Bang, I see this, but what does this actually mean? As a teacher, what am I doing in Plan B?
So, to be clear, the pandemic teaching of early 2020 was really not distance learning. It was crisis teaching. You all did an amazing job with flipping your instruction overnight into a virtual classroom. I mean, I saw amazing things. We got feedback from parents that just blew us out of the water. You did a phenomenal job. But now we have time to be more purposeful and intentional with our distance learning plans. This is what we have ready for you.
And it might even look like a flipped classroom. So you gotta take a deep breath. We're gonna be thinking outside of the box because what might be happening is during that Group A time, they're probably going to be getting a lot of direct instruction. Well, at the same time, these children in Group B might be getting a pre-recorded video of that same direct instruction that Group A is receiving so that they're not getting anything that's going to be challenging. It's basically going to be giving the children the information you want them to learn. So when you see them or when you meet with them for small group instruction, you're able to facilitate that learning at that time.
And that small group learning might be face-to-face during those days or even virtual with your online students on those days too. We have to have an open mindset and be completely flexible with all of our students, whether they're here face-to-face or online.
And so just for that information too, I might have a child in Group A that would fit perfectly in a remote learning Group B. It's okay to schedule that small group on that same day. It's all about being flexible and reaching out to families to see what works for them. Another requirement under Plan B is to make sure that we have a screening process in place. Please know that we've got a plan that's in the works. As you can see, we're currently still under construction. But our plan is, staff, as soon as you walk into the building here, where our umbrellas are that our fabulous PTA purchased for us, we're going to have a touchless thermometer that will scan your forehead and quickly tell you your temperature. Right below that thermometer is going to be a QR code where you'll scan it with your phone, and there it will have you plug in what your temperature was, and it will also ask you 3 simple questions that you'll say yes or no to. It will automatically go into our system, and you will be tracked and logged for the day. That will be every single day as you come in. We'll also have areas where you can sanitize yourself. We're even looking at a fancy floor mat where you can sanitize your shoes. All of this is in the works, coming soon, and we will update you as soon as that arrives, and we place it right here by our front door.
Another requirement under Plan B is to wear masks. This is for everybody, staff, students, all day long. It doesn't matter if you're 6 feet apart, you always have to wear masks. I'm smiling under here, but you can't tell, but I am smiling. Also under Plan B, you might be wondering, what about lunch?
With lunch, as you can see, all of our tables will be stacked, and our cafeteria, our dining room, will be shut down. We will be delivering meals to your classroom as if we are a fancy restaurant. We always like to be fancy, right?
Also under Plan B, what about specials?
Oh my gosh, have we thought about that or not?
Of course we have.
So the plan right now is, yes, we will continue to do specials, but we're also keeping in consideration the fact that, like my child, she's coming on just Monday and Tuesday, or Thursday and Friday. How can we ensure that she's getting all 4 specials within that time frame? We've got a plan. So the plan for specials, yes, we're gonna do our very best to make sure that there's a rotation, so that if my child's coming to school on Monday and Tuesday, she gets those 2 specials, but the next week she rotates through the next 2 specials. So she's constantly seeing our awesome special teachers. However, reading is important. So we're gonna do our very best to work with Miss Stone, who's amazing, and see if we can get every class in the Media Center every single week to make sure they have access to good books.
Another question you might have is, what are we doing on Wednesday when no students are here? Now, before we get into that, I want to remind you of the amazing work that you've done this year, creating the Guaranteed Viable Curriculum, creating those common assessments, everything that you've done, we're still going to continue to do, because remember, everything we do here is purposeful and intentional. Don't forget what you did.
Don't forget also that this work that you did was also highlighted by the state of North Carolina. That's huge. So we're not throwing this out. We're just going to fine tune this. So what would your Wednesday typically look like? Well, the very first thing that's the most important part is your PLC time. That's going to be one of the major components of that Wednesday. So on Wednesday, you'd be meeting with your PLC. There will also probably be professional development. So we'll say just PD. You'll have professional development probably on new tech tools, some other different things that you can try, as well as any other things that come about throughout the school year. That's what Wednesday will be dedicated for. Also, with this, we'll have time for lesson planning. And Miss Fang, help me with that last one.
Don't forget virtual videos.
That is one thing that we want to make sure we highlight during this time on Wednesday, that you have plenty of time to organize videos that you're going to need to make sure that you have for direct instruction. So a major part of your Wednesday, we will leave you alone to make sure you have time to create these videos with your team. And it might mean that in your PLC time, you decide who's going to do what video. My strength might be in ELA, so I do the ELA direct instructional video for that week, or videos. Someone else might be doing the science, math, you name it, or you might all 4 or 5 of you work together. This is completely up to you, but we want you to know that we're going to value your time on Wednesday. It will be here in-house. You do have to report to McDeeds Creek Elementary School, and we will have plenty of time for you to accomplish these 4 major tasks.
But Mom, where am I going on Wednesday?
Cooper, that's a great question. All right, teacher assistants, this is where we need your help. If you do not know already that you are needed, we're desperately going to need you on Wednesdays. We have about 30, maybe less, staff children in our building. On Wednesdays, we're going to need your help to make sure that our staff children are taken care of while our teachers are focused on this process. And it might mean that we have creative time, we have arts and crafts. Who knows if this is all going to be planned by you, because you're our experts. We love you, we value you, and you have no idea how much we need you right now to make sure that you take care of our staff members' children.
Another question you might have is, how are we going to pull this off?
Now, let's be honest, we were not trained in our undergraduate programs, in our master's program, or even doctoral programs about blended learning, distance learning, remote learning, whatever you want to call it. We realize that. And something that we've done, Ms. Fang and I have dug deep into as many resources as we possibly could get our hands on, trying to find a resource that would be great for you all and us as we walk this route together and hold hands, because we're always in this together, right? So this is hot off the press. It was just released. The Distance Learning Playbook. We just got ours in and we are in love with it. So, I feel like Oprah. What have we got, Miss Fang?
You get a book, I get a book, we all get a book!
We all get a book! So, what we're planning on doing is we're going to go ahead and send you the introduction piece, because you will see in this isn't just a regular book. There's some big names on here. One that you should really recognize from the research that we did last year with John Hattie's instructional strategies. This is something that you are going to want to dive into right now, not as students are coming in the door. You're going to want to get this now. So as we wait for them to get shipped to us, we're going to go ahead and give you bits and pieces of the introduction, as well as several of the videos, so you can go ahead and wrap your brain around what's this going to look like, how this is going to feel, and remember what we always tell you. If you're stressed or you feel uncomfortable, what does that mean, Ms. Fang?
It means you're growing.
And that's all that we need right now, is for all of us to grow together. We're in this together. There's no right or wrong answers. This is all about doing what's best for kids, and also getting resources in our fingertips and going through them together and figuring out what this is going to look like the McDeeds Creek way.
We love you, and we will see you soon.
Bye.